Welcome to Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Jimmy.
Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is a podcast where Jimmy and I listen to a song and make an anime for it.
Mm-hmm.
Today's song is Que Sera Sera by The Chef Cooks Me. God, I hate when that happens. This was a suggestion from Stark. Thank you, Stark. Mm-hmm. We will discuss how suggestion works a little bit later in the episode. But the gist of this thing is we've listened to this song and taken 5 minutes to write down what anime would have this as its theme. So if you want to listen to that song, maybe pause, listen to it. Maybe you already have. Maybe you wait. Maybe you just don't.
It's a great take on Que Sera Sera.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's not a cover. It's its own thing.
Of the one that you're thinking of, it's not that one.
It's Que Sera Sera.
Yeah, it's me. Me. But
Okay.
It's going to be linked in our description if you'd like to find the song that way. Otherwise, search it up or don't. It's up to you. But it is the song that we listened to that gave us ideas. Mm-hmm. So you might want to follow along. Anyhow, since we've listened, we wrote down our ideas separately, and now we're going to share them with each other and then combine them into a mega anime. Pretty darn soon. I could almost say right here, right now, but we haven't shared yet, so.
Yeah, it takes a little. Got to get the wheels greased a little bit.
Yep.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Get that going.
Anime train going.
Uh-huh. And since it's animated, it's clean. Don't worry. Clean fossil fuels.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I meant to say
and
at all. Because
caboose.
that's not a thing. Clean fossil fuels aren't a thing.
Clean fossil fuels.
We're off to a good start.
This is clean coal.
Yes. It's made of chocolate?
I split up it's all caboose back here, baby.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I mean, it's an anime caboose.
So anything's possible.
Uh-huh. Really anything.
Yeah. Clean fossil fuels aren't a thing. This may not bode well for us, but...
no, we've started off on an incorrect foot.
At least I can read what I've written, fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share my idea with you if
you're
you're
your
ready.
idea is just all about clean fossil fuels?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Fracking industry? Why did you do this?
Actually, you're joking, but... I'll go
let's
ahead.
hear it.
Without further ado.
The boys on the oil rig.
Boy, are they upset. There is a small industry town, so it could be mining or
we'll see.
Whatever. I'm just calling it industry town. Struggling with the changing times. Our main character is a talented high school marching band kid with dreams of going to college and studying music. Maybe to be their own teacher or something. Not their own teacher.
I'm a fan of band-related animes.
Yeah, MMO Part 2. Anyway, music of some kind.
The inner band kid in me. Because I wasn't in band.
Yeah.
But you never know.
You know, it's still there.
Maybe I was, in my heart.
Heart of hearts.
My heart of hearts.
So all of those dreams are jeopardized of going to college and all that when the already depressed area has to make further cuts, including the marching band program. No. I know, but people are like out of work. Like, it's
Silent
bad.
Football.
It's bad.
Games.
Who says they can even afford a football team anymore?
Oh crap!
It's that bad.
What do they do? Badminton?
God, I hope so.
Just tennis?
With so many opportunities on the line and many adults out of jobs, the whole town comes together to create a fantastic display, drawing the attention of many. Maybe even goes like viral. So the whole
like a
wide
parade,
world sees.
sort of? Mm-hmm. Got it.
But it's like Music Man, like through the streets. Everyone's involved. They have the like cheerleaders, gymnasts. They're like doing crazy stunts.
Is Que Sera Sera in that movie?
I don't think so.
Dang.
I mean...
I don't remember.
I just know it's really quite old. I know I've seen the music video. It's in black and white, at least the one I've seen, and she's in like a desert set or something.
It's in a movie, though.
Is it in a movie?
Is it for a movie? I don't know. I'm talking out my ass.
Anyhow, they come together for this fantastic display. The song to me sounded very hopeful, and the horns sounded triumphant. So that's how I kind of came up with it.
It had like a rising bit to it.
Mine would definitely be a movie. And I even thought of a title, which we're not going to go with because it's a little similar to something we just did, but Carry the Heartbeat.
Oh.
Carry the beat, maybe hearts in parentheses kind of thing. Anyhow.
Carry the beat. Carry a tune.
You know?
Heart tune.
well,
I hear you.
the beat, the heartbeat, the community, blah, blah, blah. That's where I was
It's
going
good.
with
It's
it.
got that double
Yeah.
entendre, double meaning.
Yeah, I can do it in my sleep now. Look at me go.
Look at you go. You were asleep? How
Power
dare-
nap.
I was listening to this song.
Power nap.
I like it. It's very cute.
Thanks.
I like it. It sort of blends multiple ideas together that we've had, like our dying town with the hotel that comes in and like
You might
fixes
say
it.
that, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
stuff like that. It's so different and good though. I like it.
Thanks. It's just what I heard.
This theme song right at the beginning reminds me of the theme for the Love is Hard for an Otaku. Like just right at the beginning
Yeah.
has that sort of like
Yeah.
Fiction by Sumika. Is that one? If you want to check that one. I only
Excellent.
just recently found it on Spotify.
Off the dome. Yeah, we love that.
So favorite song.
Love that.
Probably
so
of all
much.
time.
I also love the intro that they do with it, where they're like
They do little dances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of the animes that we've watched where you see them do a dance, or actually, I mean, Umaru is kind of similar, but it's like you see them do a dance, and then that's like
we try and replicate
the
it.
joyous, the joyous tone of the theme song is actually carried on through the show.
Mm-hmm.
Where some shows, like I don't know, My Hero or something, will have like a really cool theme, and then like the show's like everybody's dying.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It matches though. That's a fucking banger of a song. Too
Yeah,
bad it's already an
let's-
anime though.
Let's just recommend that anime as well. While
I think we've done it before multiple
I know
times.
it's a good reminder.
It's always a good
It's
reminder.
been a while.
Love is Hard for an Otaku.
So good.
It's a great show. I want more of it,
I do too.
but I don't know if I think it was based on a manga. I think
So we have to seek it out.
yeah. If you want more of the show, you just got to read it, I guess,
Well, time to learn a language.
or the show caught up with it. I don't know. I'll share my idea now.
Please do, yeah.
It's not that. It's different.
Cool. We live on.
But it does have to do with a group of shut-ins, which I think is like a similar synonym to otaku. A group of shut-ins win the lottery, and at first they think their lives will be improved, but this sudden influx of money is more trouble than it's worth. And I'm thinking like big bucks, like the Mega Millions, you know, shit like that. And the no strings attached kind, like the fake anime kind of lottery.
Yeah. There's not even taxes involved. You
Yes.
just get it.
Oh, totally. It says like
It's like the Willy Wonka
it says like
lottery.
$30 million, and then you get $30 million, and you're just like sweet,
Cool.
and like a big check, and you don't have to like cash the check. It just
I'll buy a house and that'll be gone.
that a little gone.
Yep. That's how housing is so expensive.
Their extended families all start crawling out of the woodwork asking for handouts. They get fed up and decide to use their funds to move to a secluded cabin somewhere in the mountains.
All right.
Little do they know, they picked the exact plot of land that's flanked by other lottery winners who were also fed up with their families and the press.
Oh my gosh, it's like witness protection. I love it.
They form a small, tight-knit community where they can all come together and whine about the hardships of coming into large sums of money.
Ooh.
This bond solidifies when they all realize they have similar interests, outside of having a lot of money, and eventually decide to set up a foundation, what is it called? A charity, to help those in need, since they were all in that situation at one point or another, and they all just kind of have like a cool time out in the mountains.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, it's a show, so it's a good portion of establishing them in their current situation, and you kind of like learn to like them. And then they get a bunch of money, and you kind of start to hate them a little bit, because you're like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And then it like cycles back to them doing good.
Okay. With the charity, you're helping new lottery winners? That's who they're helping?
No.
Okay.
They're helping people who were in the situations that they were in before they won
got
the
the
lottery.
money. That makes a lot more
No,
sense.
it's not like they're reaching out to lottery winners.
Because you're like, and then you like them at the end. I'm like, do I though? Because that doesn't seem great.
Good clarification.
Okay.
Yes. They help people who were in the situation they were in before winning the lottery, before moving out to a secluded part
okay.
in the countryside.
Okay.
Yes. So helping people in need, who actually have need and not fake need supplied by lottery.
Okay.
My problems are of my own desire. Yeah. How do you want to combine lottery hermits with marching bands? Town parade.
I have an initial thought.
Okay.
Feel free to shoot this down But my first thought is, in mine, like, the town is sad, and they cut the funding for the marching band, and then the main character, whose parents are, like, out of work, they win the lottery. They get more money than they know what to do with. And all of a sudden, the whole town is like, give me some, blah, blah, blah. And then in their way of giving back, because they can't, like, fund the school, like, they can't just give money for some reason, they decide to do this big parade so that all the kids that would have been, you know, they could have gotten, like, a scholarship from doing this activity, from doing a sport, being on a team, whatever. Those teams are all gone, so they do this big parade, a big showcase to allow all the kids to be able to still get their scholarships and go to school. That's my initial thought.
Okay, I'm seeing that.
It cuts out a lot of yours, but that's just where my mind went to begin with. I'm
seeing that, I think, to not necessarily splice more of mine into it.
No, absolutely.
I think I'm just trying to decide, or rather collaborate with you on it in terms of... Yes, they win the lottery.
It cuts out a big part of yours.
I think the parade still feels very odd in terms of that's what they decide to spend the most of the money on. I think it's more...
When you say still, does that mean to begin with you weren't...
No. Now that there's lottery money involved in it, rather than just like a fundraiser at school, you know, like they did car washes for a month and then they decided to do a parade. Yeah. Now it's like they have this lavish amount of money.
I'm picturing like opening Olympics.
Okay,
kind of like amazing showcase.
I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah, is they win so much money in this lottery that they are able to hire
best of the
best, people from all around the country, all around the city, all around wherever. Cameras, national attention is brought to this town.
Yeah, they could just show it on, like, the national broadcasting.
Yeah.
Like, they buy TV time.
It gets on fucking NBC.
I was thinking ABC, but you know.
Oh, you said national. I went to N.
Nah, that's understandable. I tried to make it more, not just America.
Is ABC also not America?
I think it's American Broadcasting Company.
Oh, see, I was doing N for national. Could be any nation.
Yes.
Does N stand for something else?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I don't know.
It is
this nation's broadcasting company. Channel 1.
Channel 1.
Because why Channel 4 be the first channel?
It's a weird tangent. Continue.
TVs, right? And everyone's like, what the fuck are channels?
Instead of changing the input, you change it to like Channel 3 and then you can play video games? What? Does no one remember this? Okay, continue.
My smart TV.
I just ask it to do things now.
I have a Netflix button on my remote.
Why do we have that button?
It came standard.
What are you going to do?
It's hilarious. Yes. I'm trying to figure out does the hermitness sort of play into it, but like a band geeky kind of kid that you're seeing is sort of this shut-in character that I'm totally fine not losing. Like, they're just in it.
Yeah, their geekiness happens to be about marching band and
exactly.
music.
Instead of mine would be like,
you had something more general.
MMOs or some other shut-in, equally shut-in activity.
I mean, they can do both.
Yeah.
If you're a shut-in, that's a lot of time inside.
No, but I think the main thing is the great passion and compassion for band and other bandmates to... Yeah, like you said, bring in this element of we're going to lose scholarships if we don't have a complete band program. Mm-hmm. And there needs to be one last event to get us to senior year or something, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is like, not only do they get that program, they get national attention to how good they are. Mm-hmm. And so they've all practiced and are doing...
Yeah, and that's what I was
Macy's
thinking.
Day Parade level shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need the floats, TBD, but all the teams, all of everything.
Drone fireworks.
Yes, that was cool.
Yeah, that's what if you're saying
Olympic
level, you got the drone displays, you got all kinds of stuff.
And those drones would have been like programmed by a club, and then that one would be like, oh wow, look what those kids did, look what this.
But they didn't have the drones. The money paid for all the drones.
Exactly.
But they had like one drone. Mm-hmm. So everyone knew how to do the one drone, and then
they got mega cool drones.
Oh, because that's a fun scene, is the big truck showing up at the school, and it's like, beep, beep. Got an order here for 8,000 drones. Sign, Mrs. Principal's principal.
Please sign.
That's a fun scene.
Yeah.
And then all the kids are elated. I just like seeing kids happy getting to do the things they wanted to do in school.
I'm going to propose, I don't know if I said that one of the parents won the lottery, but I think the kid should. Because I think that makes a lot more sense that this is what they would, like, do, and they would go all out.
Is there a stipulation that you have to be a certain age, like 18 or something?
Well, if they're a senior.
That's true.
If we're going by American knowledge, there are 18-year-olds that are in their last
or 16 or something. You know,
high school.
We fudge the numbers a little bit.
We make it work.
But I think that's it, is they do this, like, last-ditch effort where they're like, I'm a kid, I can win the lottery and have basically no social ramifications from it. And then some of the social ramifications are
definitely.
what were in mine. Is like,
and I think we should decide if we want it to be the main kid has it, or if all the kids, all the friend group kids pitched in like $1 and bought the ticket together and have to split the winnings, because then they have then they kind of fight amongst themselves.
I like that. Adds a little bit of
And
tension there.
The first instinct might be to like, let's go buy a cabin where we can just like jam out in the woods and no one will hear us.
Yeah.
And it might
A little nod.
It might be kind of funny if there's like a really quite old person who's very hermity and they did something similar. But they learned that, you know, from the hermit, like the hermit just took all their money and like hid. Was like, I didn't want anyone to know. And they're like, wait, we should be sharing this. You're not happy with all this money. Like, you have all the money in the world, but you're not happy. We need to share. We need to help the community and our friends.
To facilitate that, they do greedily decide to be like, let's rent a cabin for this weekend and have the craziest buck wild party we've ever heard of.
Of course.
And then that plot of land is next to the hermity guy who they have their eye-opening moment with.
Yeah, because maybe the hermit comes over and is like, you're too loud, I'm going to call the police, or
and they're
something.
like, they recognize him from the news or something.
It's like, wait, weren't you the guy that, maybe it's not a lottery, maybe they had, I don't know, because it's an industry town, maybe their dad owned it and died, and the hermit got all the money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, from the family business.
Yeah.
And, like, especially if the town industry is, like, drying up, and you have all that money and you're gonna hightail it.
Yeah, you found the
antagonist. The person that like destroyed the infrastructure
because they just took all the money and
just took
left.
off.
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know, whatever, if it was like a mining town, there wasn't anything left in the mines, so they're like, I closed the mines, but people lost jobs and they were mad at me, so I left, and now they're scraping by with something
I like
else.
This is good.
It's just an idea.
This is good. I like this antagonistic character that galvanizes these kids, and they obviously don't use all of the money, but like a big chunk of it goes to this initial greedy sort of infighting thing.
Well, I mean, if you as a child had zero responsibility, you know, presuming that the parents make enough to like feed them and they're okay, you know, they're not like going on crazy vacations,
yeah, totally.
but like it's solid, and then you get all this money, consequence free. What else are you gonna do but like go all out and have some fun?
Yeah.
Maybe someone buys a car.
Break some rules.
Yeah. Test the boundaries. But then
drink some beer underage.
Whereas hermit man or woman or
don't
whatever,
drink underage.
hermit decided to go and just like hide away.
Yeah. Their selfishness never ended.
Exactly. And you see how miserable it's really made them.
I like that a lot. It's really cool. So they get the money, they help the school, they have this big parade, national attention. Cycle back when they are galvanized and the press starts coming in to just do some like initial interviews to see kind of how are you spending your blah.
Yeah. One of the youngest lotto winners.
Like even the local
in the world.
station is what's coming up. And as soon as it goes past local to some other more annoying like
larger
reporter, the kids realize like no such thing as bad press, and then utilize that to their advantage and have like the AV club come in and like
because that could be one of the reasons they decide to go do a party, is like, oh my gosh, there are all these like people, let's go and like celebrate out where in the woods where no one can find us. Just have a wild party without all these adults like harping on us about things.
And I think that's the thing is you initially want the parents to be the antagonists because they're trying to be realistic about it. And they're like, oh, man, college fun. This is great. We're going to
Yeah, they're like, we need to set you up with some sort of like account management.
Exactly.
You need this for your future.
You have that sort of Peanuts style thing where they're saying something important. Well, opposite of the Peanuts, they're speaking words that are actually important, but the
They
show...
just are hearing womp womp.
Exactly. The show filters it out, and you're like, wait, that guy had a good point about like Roth IRAs.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you should put some of this away. And
Yeah.
maybe they have like a sibling or something.
I want it to be that like the epitome of just like kids get, you find $100 bill on the street as a kid and you're like, this is infinite money.
Seriously.
I want it to be that, and then to
on
see
a huge
them
scale.
Huge scale, and to see them grow and learn about like the value of how much help they can do,
Mm-hmm.
and like, sure, it dwindles down their total amount, but they all get the scholarships and stuff, and they're all able to
and then
help
if you're
out.
okay with it being like a movie or something shorter,
A short series,
it would be great
limited
to,
run series.
Yes, to skip ahead. All that HBO money we asked
They
for.
have anime on now. Remember how we were always like, HBO don't have anime? They got
do.
all the Ghibli collection.
Yeah, that counts. That counts.
That's anime. It's
But-
Japanese animation.
I like the idea that at the end, after the parade,
Mm-hmm.
they have, money left over, and they do set up their foundation, their charity.
Oh, yeah.
And we see at the end where they've all gone to school and decided to continue their sort of philanthropy. So the main kid ended up being like a music teacher, but maybe it's like not in a school. Maybe it's just to help with people that couldn't otherwise afford to be in a music program.
I like that.
Just kind of like an after school thing for kids. And then another one, their passion, they really liked music, but what they were really passionate about was this other thing.
Yeah.
And so they kind of have, they've
I think
kind
that's
of
cool.
come home.
I think it's cool because you can have all the main characters sort of be a similar archetype, and so you can
They're all
learn...
like nerdy band geeks.
Exactly. You can learn all about them pretty quickly and like all of them without having to worry about different sort of hobbies or whatever.
Yeah.
And
'cause
then
what they have in common is what we say.
the real character growth
happens
is
when they go away to college
exactly,
separately.
and then you
maybe.
see it's kind of like the end of the movie thing where you get the like one line of like,
Uh-huh.
he's a professor now.
I love those. I'm not gonna lie.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I love those as well. It's very good.
Tell me the happy ending.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like Sandlot, where it's like he went on to be a lawyer.
Yeah, or the ones that are based on true stories. Actually,
What was? There's a really scary one in Sandlot where it's like Charlie went off and we never saw him again, or like some
jeez, Charlie.
some weird thing happens to one of those kids.
oh no.
Hopefully, he was not abducted.
I was thinking the other way, that they grew up and then did bad things, but
Oh no, it was just like friend group never saw him again. Really weird.
Huh.
Really weird detail. Dark detail.
Okay, well, let's avoid those if we can.
Yeah, we'd have positive things.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I think the greatest thing is that they start this philanthropic thing so early on in life that it just like, continues to influence them throughout it.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of thing where they're sort of famous, so they're kind
a
of
little bit.
better off just by being more well known and
Yeah,
having people
Having
be
the good
interested in
press,
them.
yeah. but also gonna go back to the whole industry town. If it was something that wasn't sustainable, maybe that's one of the foundations that they build, so as to revitalize the area.
Oh, that's fun.
Because
yeah.
all the area is still depressed, even though one person has a lot of money and they're helping.
they're able
You
to
gotta create jobs, right? That's the whole thing.
they're able to find what the town needs in order to manufacture or yeah.
They find
I
some
like
way to help those people
It's sort
that
of
have
like they're
been out of their job.
it's sort of incredible how much they're able to achieve, but I think that's sort of the point
Yeah.
is when they sit down and actually take the time to think about what they were doing. Sure, they lost money out on the renting of the cabin thing, but
Yeah.
that was what actually galvanizes them to
That's what
action.
sets them on their trajectory.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Cool.
So yeah, I think that's why it's sort of a short series in that the part where they're out in the cabin is sort of like a movie length episode.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like
No,
short
that sounds
series
good.
has yeah.
That sounds good.
So it's like that is a huge
Because we
huge
could have
part.
a short season of, getting to know them, and then they win the lottery. And oh my God, what are we going to do? And then we have a movie that happens, and then the next season is after the party,
Yeah.
where it goes from there. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we could do that.
Yeah.
That I've seen that in anime where they have a movie in between the seasons and it matters.
Usually, yeah, it's true.
So we're gonna do that.
It's a canon movie.
Yeah, it's not gonna be in like theaters. or
Like
anything.
Demon Slayer. The like Demon Train movie.
Yeah.
I want to fucking see
I
that.
know.
It's not out. I think it's October maybe.
Oh.
But it might have been delayed because of
Because of stuff. Yeah. Yep.
But I want to see that movie, dude.
I know. I don't blame you.
I think there was a new trailer recently, like within the last month.
You didn't tell me this.
I forgot.
You're the worst about these
I watched it at
things.
work.
How dare you? No, I'm happy with this idea.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it has enough of yours?
Oh, totally.
Are you super
It even
sure?
has the hermit in the woods.
For the record, loved the idea of yours. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been absolutely hilarious if it would have just stopped with them like moving out there and having like annoying rich neighbors.
Yeah.
Like that would have been
Yeah.
hilarious.
I know. I wanted... Because
I
that doesn't
like-
make them likable to me.
No, it doesn't.
So I was like, let's circle back. It's a happy ending. They use their wealth and knowledge
No,
of
I
times.
love that idea though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think perhaps it could even be its own.
You giving me my own show?
I think so.
Thanks. I call it Lottery Winners with a Z.
I was hoping you were gonna say that. I was like, is he? Yes.
Yeah. And the zero is a L0 lottery. And like the T's are like sevens or something, you know?
The font looks like it was spelled out on like a clock.
Or like a machine.
Are you
a
doing-
rigmarole?
Are you doing some sort of slot machine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like lottery slots.
Oh, the 7 sevens.
Seven.
Gotcha.
You got
Gotcha.
it.
The
The very
gambling.
fancy red
Yep.
Pokemons.
Yes. That's exactly it.
Did they have gambling in that one, in the Switch one?
I don't remember gambling.
Because there is in red. Like you go into the casino and
I don't remember a casino.
I think we just didn't do it.
Oh.
Because we already like had our Dratini and we're like, we're good.
Well, replay value.
I'm happy with this idea though. Do you want to do title?
I think so.
Cool.
I'm gonna say carry the beat still kind of works.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I didn't think it was terrible. That's why I wrote it down and
No.
shared it with you.
It's not bad. I
But-
don't know if it's it.
What do you
Let's
want
do
the
our
words to
thing.
be? Yeah.
Lottery word
Lottery's good.
and parade word. It's kind of lottery-y.
Yeah. That's like the spoils.
Philanthropic word.
Or even like town, community.
Oh, small town word.
Do you want to do...
Small town lottery word.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do a small town word first or a lottery word first?
I can start with the town.
I'll do a lottery word. 3, 2, 1. Funded.
Tight knit.
Oh, fuck. Switcheroo. 3, 2, 1.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Did we choose a bad word to go off of and that's the only one there really was?
I mean, I was also thinking community. Like you said community.
Yeah, I did.
But you already said it, so I was like, I won't write it just in case she does. I think we had both said tight knit at some point. Or wrote it, or... I did write it. It's in here. Tight knit community, even.
Oh.
It's
I didn't
all
have
in
that.
there.
I said it was depressed. Anyhow,
Well, they're both accurate.
both can be true. I also... Like, this is terrible, but... Like, Lotto Grotto.
It's real bad, but I like Lotto in some... I hate Grotto.
It just rhymed.
It does.
Do you know what a grotto is?
It's like a little cave.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So if it's a mining thing, they would have
It's
caves.
so bad.
All right, well,
It's not it.
Lotto.
But I like Lotto. It makes me think of the EXO song.
Same.
Lotto. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a little help here, but you know how you like win the jackpot?
Jackpot.
Yeah.
Oh. Jackpot.
I don't know if it
Turning-
needs something else.
Tuning the jackpot. Something musical, something
Yeah. Or is there
childlike, something jackpot.
blowing the jackpot?
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, they learn. They don't blow it.
No. Utilizing the jackpot. Communizing. Socializing the jackpot.
Yes. Sharing.
Share the wealth. Share the...
That's an option too.
I like the...
Do you want it to just be like Jackpot with an exclamation point? That sounds like some like board game that I had as a kid.
Jackpot!
I'm sorry, but it's Jackpot. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to just Jackpot with like 2 exclamation points.
Do you think that fits?
I think so, because it would have to start off... I'm trying to think, like...
Maybe it's a thing where every week they put in $1 to try and win. Like, this friend group's been doing it for a while.
I see. It's happened.
And
it's been happening.
Maybe, like, the first episode, they win, like, $20 and they get a pizza.
I like that. Ooh. Yeah. Or even flip it, like, the second episode they win a pizza. The first episode, like, every episode until they win, is them cashing it in and seeing and watching the numbers or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the first one builds up this hype of them all like looking into the future and seeing their possibilities if they won all that money, and then the first episode ends with just like 8, 6, 3, and they're like 0, no.
Or it cuts off mid and like the first 4
Yeah.
have matched, and then it's the next episode.
Yeah. That's a good cliff, though,
Especially
right?
because if it's called Jackpot, people are like, oh my god, they're going to win the first episode, and then they don't.
Yeah. I like that.
We could do playing for the jackpot because you play music.
Oh, I think that might be it.
I kind of like that a little better.
It adds a little bit of the... I mean, yeah. No, I like that. It has
and
the
then,
musical edge to it.
at the end, when they have the big like showcase parade, because of the jackpot, that's the only way they're able to play. They're able to do it all.
I like
so
that.
it kind of works.
It's cyclical in that way.
Do you still want 2 exclamation points?
No, we'll cut it down to 1.
Playing for the jackpot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Playing for the Jackpot is the title.
Yes.
Who do you want to be in Playing for the Jackpot?
Ooh, I want to do something in the parade where someone either asks me to do something and I'm like, sure, or I ask a question of one of the main characters.
Cool.
I want to be a small part, but I want to be in that parade, yo.
Cool. I am the drone delivery truck driver.
Congrats.
Here's your drones.
How many?
I got a full truck. Here you go. And it does the thing with the lift where the whole truck just like...
Excellent.
Yeah.
Of course, that wouldn't actually happen, but
No.
That's what
very
the kids
unsafe.
will imagine.
Drones are not super hardy.
I also am not sure we need 8,000 of them.
4,000 will do, fine.
See, I was thinking like 100, because it's not that big of a town.
It's a big enough drone display, though.
Oh, yeah, they can be big drones.
It's
I
true.
wonder how many they did in the opening ceremony,
I don't know.
actually.
We'll have to look it up.
Okay.
32,000.
Let's Google it. I mean, use your favorite search engine. No!
Speaking of using your favorite search engine, that's been Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
We're a podcast and not a search engine.
Somehow.
But we do have a Twitter, which you can look up on your favorite search engine, or just Twitter at Instant Anime Pod.
Yep.
It's where we post GIFs, sometimes teasing our upcoming episodes, other times retweeting cool creators in the space of anime, podcast, social justice,
Etc.
We also have a website.
Yeah, and you can search it up on your favorite search engine, not anyone in particular.
Wink.
Oink. Do you remember the Bing It On Again challenge? I feel like I've talked about this
You
before.
have.
It
if
didn't
not
do a
on the
barrel
podcast.
It didn't do a barrel roll, and I'm still salty about that.
Did you do that for the channel? Like they were on.
Oh, yeah, no, I went to like the website, the like Bing It Again challenge or whatever it was.
Idiots.
It's gone. It doesn't exist.
Well,
Believe
yeah,
me, I've checked.
Defunct.
Because doesn't really. But yeah, it was like side by side search, and I was like, okay, cool. It was like I searched a recipe or like a picture of a cat or
And then
something.
Bing was
and I
like,
was
here's
like,
some porn.
do a barrel roll, and only one side of the screen spun, and I was like, I know what I'm dealing with here. Anyhow.
Won't name names.
Nope.
Rhymes with Boogle.
That would. But using whatever search engine, or just type directly into your search bar, instantannie.me. What?
I know, it's fine.
Is that not what we call those?
I don't know.
Where the URL is? Because on a cell phone, it's not like a URL bar.
That's true.
What do you call that? The address bar isn't good enough anymore?
It's weird because it is integrated search now.
Yeah, depending on
Very
which one.
interesting. That is not how that used to work at all.
God, no.
If you typed in like my butt hurts like in the top before Chrome or anything,
It would just take you
it'd just
somewhere
be like
weird.
it'd be like 404. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
The internet has become a lot more sophisticated.
Oh, the life we've lived.
Now I know why my butt hurts.
Good.
Too much marching.
That'll do it each time.
So
You're
much.
building up those butt
I got
muscles.
those glutes. It's a good hurt.
Yeah. It's hard to tell sometimes.
No pain, no gain. No gains, if you know what I'm saying.
Anyhow, you won't find any gains,
What
but you will
happened?
find our podcast.
There we go.
All of the episodes are there at instantannie.me. It has clickable links in our descriptions. If you do not want to search up the song that Stark suggested
I
today,
refuse.
you can click it in there.
Perfect.
Congrats.
Oh, no.
That sounded like you
I did.
set some sort of trap.
I got that mouse that looks like a gun.
Why?
Damn.
No. We're
Second
returning
Amendment,
that.
First Amendment
We're returning that.
and Second Amendment.
It's going back.
I refuse. I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Throwing that away. Don't approve. Anyhow, in addition to all of our episodes being there, we have a sidebar full of exciting things, including our suggestion form. You could also find it at suggest.instantannie.me.
You could be like Stark.
And suggest a song for Jimmy and I to use in an upcoming episode.
Just like Que Sera Sera by the chef cooks me.
Hate when that happens.
Cooks me?
Cooks you.
No.
Ah.
The chef.
How dare you? Do you think it's the Swedish chef?
No,
Bork,
it's,
bork,
it's
bork.
John Favreau.
As you scream, bork, bork. That kind of goes back to the parents womp womping, bork borking.
Yeah. Very Bork Bork.
Yeah. Otherwise, our sidebar also has our Spotify playlist if you want to hear the songs we've used in the past, and if you do a suggestion, it would end up there, presuming it is, of course, on Spotify. But that's the fine print, and you don't need to worry about that right now. Just give us a song.
We'll find the MIDI
Yep.
remix cover of it. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Nothing better.
It's going to be on there.
And
This
we also
one's on
have other
Spotify.
podcatchers.
It's true.
Over there.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
But if you decide that you want to listen to us on some new, hip, new
Ooh, yeah.
thing,
Tweet at us.
and it's not there, let us know, and we'll try and add it on there. I just recently, let us, we're on TuneIn, if you want to use your Amazon device
Cool.
to be like, hey, listen to this podcast. I think we're on it.
Cool.
We showed up on the search. I didn't actually test it, but maybe. And then
That
we're
half the battle is just finding.
also working to be on Pandora.
I did not know that.
I didn't know they had podcasts.
Cool.
But that's a thing that's happening.
Well, hashtag Spotify for life. Because that's all I ever talk about. Sorry to our other
Hey, I used to use
podcasters.
Pandora.
You did.
Look, I vouched for it for a long time. But, and I paid for the no ads thing too, but eventually
Yeah, I remember
just,
that.
it wore me down, and I do like the playlist system a lot more. And I split the cost with Sarah, so.
Yep, that is also true. Here's to sharing. Woo!
Yeah, I was all alone in my little Pandora world. Like,
I'm like, what are you doing?
oh man, radio stations.
Is that our box?
That's the show. That's the episode. That's Instant Anime. Thank you again, Stark, for the great song. Loved
thank
it.
you.
Send more.
Everyone.
Stark, anyone. Send us songs. Thanks for listening. If you do have the time to leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher of choice, we
Feel free.
really recommend it, and we like that you do that.
Thanks.
Bye.